areas. Next, let's have a look at the pipeline networks in India. So there are three major pipeline networks in India which you have to remember. So first it comes to Assam to Kanpur via Guwahati, Barauni and Allahabad. And the second major network is from Salaya in Gujarat to Jalandhar in Punjab via Virandam, Mathura, Delhi and Sonipat. Next you have from Hazar and Gujarat to Jagdishpur in Uttar Pradesh via Vijaypur in Madhya Pradesh. So with this are termed three modes of transportation, which is railways, roadways and pipelines. And next we are coming to waterways. Waterways, the beautiful large cruise ships, the boats, all those things comes into your mind. But the ships has been since ancient times. Since ancient India is one of the seafaring nation. That means many people through the mode of waterways they would come to India for trade, in search of treasure, in search of the culture of India, in search of the taste of India. Next, even they carried away the Indian culture and commerce as well by going back. Or even the Indians who used to go to other countries for trade, they also used to carry the Indian culture and commerce. So next, India has inland navigation of 14,500 km in length. But only 5,685 km is navigable by mechanized vessels. So out of the 14,500, nearly 5,600 kilometers only is accessible through ships. So what are the advantages of waterways? We have roadways, we have railways. Then why waterways are preferred by people? The first is the cheapest mode of transport. That's the most important thing to be kept in mind. Like compared to railways or roadways, it's very cheap and it good facilities as well. And it's more suitable for carrying heavy and bulky goods. So using this will carry even heavy and bulky goods as well. And the third major advantage is fuel efficient. So it doesn't consume much of fuel, and because of that it's eco-friendly as well. And that's national water highways. So to improve the system of national waterways in India, the central government had declared 6 major national waterways in India. The first one is in Ganga River between Allahabad and Haldia, which is of 1620 km. Next, you have got between Sadia and Dhubri in Brahmaputra River, which is of 891 km. Next, you have got in Kerala, in the West Coast Canal in Kerala, which is around 205 kilometers, and it links Tottapurna to Kolam and Udyadu Mandalam and Champatara canals. It's also 205 kilometers. Next, we have the fourth national waterway, which is in the specified stretches of Godavari and Krishna, with the Kakinada Puducherry stretch of canals, and it's 1078 kilometers long. The last one you have got on Brahmanadi and Matai rivers. It's along the deltas of Mahanadi and Brahmani rivers and East Coast Canal. The East Coast Canal is a keyword here, and you have got this is a 588 kilometers. Next, let's have a look at the major seaports in India and how their history has been and what are their importance. So Chandala was the first port developed after independence. So what was the necessity to develop Chandala port, if you are asking? The answer is, during the partition the Karachi port went to Pakistan. So because of that the volume of trade, the pressure increased on Mumbai port. Therefore, they built the Chandla port to ease the volume of trade from Mumbai port. It is also known as Deen Dayal port, and it's a tidal port. That is the port which is located in the sea region and where the sea traffic is also very high. So what it caters with convenient handling of exports and imports of highly productive grand and industrial port. So sorry, it's a mistake. It's not port, it's industrial belt. So here you know that Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, Punjab, Haryana, Rajasthan, Gujarat. Here there are many industries, and moreover it's a very good region as far as agriculture is concerned. So from here many goods are exported to various countries and many goods are imported. So Kandla port is very important as far as this is concerned. So next is Mumbai port. So Mumbai is the biggest port with a spacious, natural and well-sheltered harbour. So the biggest port of India as far as the volume of trade is handled is concerned. Next, the Jawaharlal Nehru port was planned with a view to decongest the Mumbai port and serve as a hub port. So Mumbai has got two ports, one is the Mumbai port and another the Jawaharlal Nehru port. Next, you have got one more port in Goa, which is the Marmara port. It's a premier iron ore port. So from here, majority of the iron ore exports takes place from the Marmara port, and it accounts for around 50% of India's iron ore exports. Next, New Mangalore port, which is located in the coastal regions of Karnataka. It also caters to the export of iron ore from Rudramukh mines. Next, let's have a look at some more important ports in India. The first one is Kochi port, which is located in the coast of Kerala. It's located at the entrance of a lagoon with a natural harbour. And next you have got the Tuticorin port in Tamil Nadu, which has a natural harbour and rich hinterland. So hinterland means being a very remote area where imagine a good facility is really difficult. It supplies cargo to the island nations of Sri Lanka and Maldives. Next, the Chennai port is the oldest artificial port of India and ranks second in terms of volume of trade after the Mumbai port. Next, Visakhapatnam is the deepest landlocked and well protected port. So what's the meaning of landlocked? So landlocked means nothing but, suppose this is the port region, and on all the sides it will be surrounded with land, and only there will be one narrow pathway from which it is connected to water. So it's known as landlocked port. Next, Paradweep port is specialized in iron ore exports. So it's located in Odisha. Next, Kolkata is an inland riverine port. So it's located on a river. That's known as riverine port. Next, Haldia port was built in order to reduce the volume trade of Kolkata port. So this is the major ports. So already said Kochi, Tuticorin, Chennai, Visakhapatnam, Paradweep, Kolkata and Haldia. Next, you have got the airways. So airways is the fastest, comfortable and prestigious mode of transport. Now why? Because it can cover very difficult terrains like high mountains, deserts, dense forests and also long oceanic stretches with long ease. So it is not affected like roadways and railways as far as topography is concerned. And as air transport was nationalized in India in 1953, so it's an important year because it was nationalized and Air India was also established. So it provides domestic and international air services. Next, Pawan Hans Helicopter Limited. It provides helicopter service to oil and natural gas corporation to have access to the difficult places where oil mines are located. Let's now leaving the transport aside, let's move on to communication. So just moving from one place to another is not only a means of communicating with other people. Nowadays, long distance communication very easy without moving from one place to another. So the major means are personal communication and mass communication. So next, under personal communication comes the Indian Postal Network, which has been working since years and the largest postal network in the year. So in this slide, I will just be discussing about the Indian Postal Network in brief. So in this, it has got two types of mails. So the one is the first class mail, and in the next is the second class mail. So in the first class mail, you have got cards and envelopes, while in the second class mail, you have got book packets, newspapers, and periodicals. And next, 6 mail channels have been introduced to help in the transportation of these mail packets. So they are Rajdhani channel, Metro channel, Green channel, Business channel, Bulk mail channel and periodical channel. Next, let's have a look at the telecom services in India. So the telecom network in India is the largest in Asia, and more than 2/3 of India's villages are covered with subscriber trunk dialing system, which is nothing but a STD system. And to strengthen this facility, central government also ensured 24/7 STD facility in all villages across India. Next, let's have a look at another mode of communication, mass communication. So, mass communication, it provides entertainment and also it creates awareness on various issues across the world and also of nation. So, it includes your television, radio, newspaper, etc. And now the central government has also given a lot of impetus to strengthen the mass communication system of India. So it introduced All India Radio, that is Akashvani, and it broadcasts a variety of programs in national, regional, and local languages. There's the Doordarshan channel, the national television channel, is the largest terrestrial network in the world. So Doordarshan got a lot of channels and it broadcasts a lot of television programs as well. And India publishes a variety of newspapers and periodicals annually. And as a research says that the largest number of newspapers are published in the Hindi language in India. Next comes English and then comes Urdu. And as India also produces the largest number of films in the world. So it features from short films to short video films to films which last for more than an hour. And here I'd like to give another important and it's a very important question as well. So the Central Board of Film Certification. So I'll just write it Central Board of Film Certification, CBFC. It is the authority to certify both Indian films and foreign films, and those only will be shown in India. Next, let's have a look on international trade. So when exchange of goods take place between two countries, it is known as international trade. So you must have understood this by the term itself. So it is known as international trade when exchange goods takes place between two countries. So the advancement of international trade is an index of countries' economic prosperity. So the larger the international trade is, the better the economy of the nation is. And now here, when it comes to international trade, two types of situations are possible. One is when the export value is greater than the import value. That is known as a favorable balance of trade for a particular nation. That means it exports more than it imports. So it earns a profit over there. But if it's the opposite, that is the import value is more and the export value is less, it is known as an unfavorable balance of trade. Next, and as far as next, let's move on to the last concept, which is tourism. So tourism industry of India has grown substantially in the last few decades. More than 15 million people are directly involved in tourism industry. It promotes national integration, provides support to local handicrafts and cultural pursuits. Next, foreign tourists visit India for heritage tourism, ecotourism, adventure tourism, medical tourism and business tourism. So even the tourism industry in India has a major scope for development